if I had to attribute all of my relationship problems, specifically romantic relationships, in just one word, or actually 2 words, maybe, because it's hyphenated. All right, if I were to do it in 2 words, it would just be self-concept. And self-concept is essentially how you see yourself. And I dedicated, I don't know, maybe an hour or two today to just journaling, that's upside down, to just journaling about my self-concept and how to improve it. And I have come to realize that a lot of my relationship problems are because of the negative views I have on myself. So I was always kind of a simp growing up. I always wanted to be seen as the best option for this girl. So when I saw someone I liked, I would always try and do anything and everything for them, try and show them that I could give them such an amazing life and that I was a really good option for them. All these really seems like great things, and I would do these, and I ended up losing myself in the process. So I wanted to take some time today to really reflect on my self-concept. And I've come to realize that the reason I have so many problems with relationships and with women is because I put so much attention on them. And I get very attached. And it's not because, oh, this girl is so amazing, this girl is so pretty, whatever, I really like her, that's why I'm so attached to her. It's more of, I give her somewhat power over me because I, one, pedestalize her, and I see her as the solution for some of my problems. That being having this empty void inside of me for years and years, and thinking that a girlfriend would be the solution to filling that void, when in actuality you're the only person who can fill that void. And I shouldn't be looking for relationships to fill something only I can fill, right? Or make myself feel whole. Because when you externalize all your feelings and your emotions, your happiness, your sadness to someone else, that gives them complete control over you, and you end up losing yourself in the process because you try to appease them with everything that you do. When they bring up something that you did, and there's somewhat of an argument, or maybe even something they did, you're not really looking to tackle the issue at the root cause. You're more so looking to just make them feel better. So you, whatever they say, you just agree with them. Like, oh yes, it was my fault, whatever. But not in the way of owning up, but just so you can get over this obstacle in your guys' relationship, so she can go back to being happy, rather than standing your ground and being like, oh, I wasn't in the wrong here, and actually having a conversation and talking about your differing perspectives. Instead of doing that, you really just try to sweep the issue under the rug and just say, yeah, it's fine, it's whatever, essentially, is what you're saying, right? And I know this because I did this in my last relationship. So I was really, really head over heels for my girlfriend at the time, and I felt she had other options. She was fine without being in the relationship. And to me, I was like, yo, that's kind of weird, because I really valued this relationship, and I couldn't imagine now being out of it. So I tried to do everything to keep her. And in the process, I lost myself, my boundaries, my values, what I wanted to do, what I enjoy doing, what I didn't enjoy doing, right? So I just ended up losing all of those and becoming, I don't know, just a blank canvas, I guess you could say. So for my next relationship, I want to get into one where I am happy with where I am in life, right? It's not my primary goal. My primary goal right now is my purpose. It's developing myself even further and just being content with who I am. I've made a lot of progress from in the past, but I'm still working on it. And I think this will definitely help when it comes to romantic relationships in the future as well, because it'll allow me to discern from people that I don't want to associate with. In the past, I'd probably just let them walk all over me and just keep them in my circle because I used to have people pleasing tendencies, right? But now, where I've developed a stronger self-concept, I no longer spend time with people who are negative, who criticize me, who aren't contributing to my growth, right? And this self-concept not only allows you to pick who those people are for friends, but also for romantic relationships too. And I think that's incredibly beneficial because you're going to be spending a lot of time with this person, and hopefully you're dating to marry, right? So you'll be with them for years and years to come. So you want them to be that right person for you. If now you can tell that they don't respect you, they belittle you, and they just feel like they can get whatever they want from you, like you're their little slave, little beach boy slave, then that doesn't sound like a very good relationship, right? A relationship is where you have mutual respect and compatibility and also help each other grow in the future. The one I just depicted does not sound like the following. So having a strong sense of self-concept will help you understand and decide, oh, would my future wife really treat me like this? Would my future wife say these things to me? Right? And that's actually helped me get over some people that I originally had crushes on, right? And let me show you the exercise that I did today. Here is how you can develop a stronger sense of self-concept. And how to do that is you need to be first self-aware, right? Because self-awareness is the first step to improvement. And the first thing that I did was ask myself a question, and I answered it from two perspectives. First question is, why don't I love myself? And the first perspective was younger me, where I was like, women always reject me and they don't reciprocate my feelings, which makes me feel insecure and not good enough for others. I always thought I had to be taller, more chiseled, richer, and, more jacked. Well, and I compare myself to K-pop idols and others online who are more attractive that everyone fawns over. And I get picked on and belittled by others, and that just it further adds fuel to the flame, right? So then after that, I went into another perspective. Essentially, older me is what I noted it as. And as I was writing it out, if you resonate even just a little bit with that, what I said for younger me, then what you can come to realize about self-concept is that these are all out-of-body things, right? These are all events that's happening to you and not coming from you. So these negative things are not from your self-image. They are distortions of other people's external perspectives on you, which in turn affects your self-image. Because when you don't have a strong sense of self-image, it's easily manipulated, it's malleable, right? So when other people belittle you, they make fun of you, that becomes your new reality if you don't have that stronger sense of self-concept. So once you realize that these are all out-of-body things, then you can just change those. Because you need to realize that these are, what did I even write it as? These are, sorry, I'm totally blanking right now. Yeah, the reason I said right here, all of these reasons you hate yourself are from out of body experiences. None of that came from you. So don't let them distort your self image. Okay? And I feel like I said something more, I feel like I said something better than that somewhere in here. I don't know. I can't find it. I wrote a lot, guys. I wrote a lot this morning. I've been doing a bit of work on myself. I don't know. But once you understand that these aren't actually coming from you, you can change that, and how you can block all these other distortions out, because you are with yourself 24/7. No one else knows you better than you know you, at least at the moment, right? Because if you haven't done the work and understanding yourself, you don't truly understand yourself. But anyway, these people who make fun of you, who criticize you, they've only seen a mere fraction of your life, and you're letting that dictate how you perceive yourself, even though you know the whole story and they don't. Someone is cutting something. I do not know what that is. Sorry if you can hear that, but really just, you need to do the work and understand yourself on a deeper level, so that no matter what anybody says, it won't affect you or change how you see yourself. Okay? Because I've gone the change where I like who I am. I love who I am. I love being me, and I don't want to change that. Okay? For the longest time, I didn't feel this way, and I wanted to end things, right? I wish I was from, I don't know, a richer family. I wish I was born better looking. I wish I was taller. All these different things I used to wish when I was younger. I don't anymore. I'm very grateful for what I have now. And now that I'm grateful for that and I have this love for myself, I'm living for myself, really, and not for anyone else. I don't do things to please other people. I do it for my own self-amusement. So if people come into my life, I'm just who I am, and they don't like that, or it doesn't align with what I'm doing, then they can leave. It doesn't really bother me anymore, right? That's when it comes to friends. I'm still struggling when it comes to romantic relationships. Like, I'm dealing with something right now with this girl that I'm fairly attached to, but that's a video for another time. Yeah, but now we can move into how to improve your self-concept and what I did this morning. Okay? So what I do is I journal. I journal a lot. This is a notebook, one of many that I have. And I asked myself some questions. Right? The first one was, why don't I love myself? That's a good one to ask yourself. Really go through all the negatives and then expel those disbeliefs, like counteract them, like how I did with people criticizing me or girls not reciprocating my feelings, understanding that those are out of body experiences and not from internal. So why not just strengthen the internal and stay true to that? Here are 4 other prompts you can do after that one. 1, you don't have to do all of these, by the way. I just did them because I'm weird like that. But first one, write about your personal growth from the previous year. What did you accomplish? What are you proud of? Just write about your growth, whatever comes to mind. And then 2 was to write a letter to yourself, forgiving yourself for the mistakes that you've made. This one was actually pretty hard for me because I had to be very honest with myself. A problem I had a lot was being too direct with women. Even if I wasn't trying to get anything out of it, even just be friendly. I didn't really care too much at the time or think too much about how other people felt. So I was just awfully direct. So I meet someone new, I was like, yo, if we want to go to coffee or something, even if we have no rapport built up, they have no idea who I am, or do you want to go to dinner or something like that, because I didn't care, right? So it came off as creepy, and now a lot of people in my school, I have this reputation of being creepy, and that's very unfortunate. However, I would not be to where I am now, to where I've become self-aware of it, had I not made that mistake. So I've forgiven myself for that mistake, and you can go through that and call out other mistakes that you've made and really just forgive yourself. The main thing that I did was I listed out all these mistakes and then also what I learned from them, because I'm grateful for all of these mistakes, because if it weren't for these, I wouldn't be where I'm at today, because each and every one of these mistakes has allowed me to positively improve and grow. Okay? The next one is write 3 things you love about yourself. Yeah, that's it. There's not much else. And then the last one I did was 3 experiences that made you feel proud. So the last one was more about kind of gratitude, self-love. I would say this last one, or I mean the second to last one before it, was the 3 things you love about yourself. That was about self-love. This last one, 3 experiences that made you feel proud, is more about self-worth. So what are some things that you've accomplished that made you feel proud? And write those in very specific detail, okay? Because then you can really celebrate those wins, and it feels good. I feel very relieved after doing these exercises. I wrote so much this morning. Yeah. Right now I'm just really focusing on improving my self-concept, because it's something I really struggle with, and it's affected my other areas of my life. Not only just romantic relationships, but business, maybe even fitness, an area that I'm confident in, and just other things. It gives me limiting beliefs. It makes me underestimate my abilities, and it holds me back, really. But also, when you have a strong understanding of yourself and you're grateful for who you are, your quality of life also just increases exponentially. I've started appreciating the days where I wake up, I have the sun shining through the window, I have a river right beside me, and I have freedom here in Thailand to do what I want, eat what I want, and I'm very, very grateful to be in this position that I am. I would say if I didn't have this degree of self-love and kind of confidence, I would be focusing on what I don't have. Oh, I could have more money. I could be taller. I don't know why I keep going back to the height thing. Maybe that's a little Freudian slip for you guys, because I am just insecure, I suppose. But I don't know, because I used to do this a lot. I would focus a lot on the negatives and not really be appreciative for what I have, and what I have is so much. So that's all. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope this helped.